Hi, let's see. Today we have an interesting challenge. My boss wanted to know what is the generic code and what is the fit code, and for the size and how much is the quantity. The expected result will be something like this. It will be a combination of the generic plus the fit code and plus the last 3 digits of the size. If let's say using a normal way, we are not able to do it. People will first impression will have is if you use a pivot table and they will use a macro or they will use formula try to make the thing work. However, we are able to use pivot table to make this thing arrange in the format we want, and we are able to use a simple formula to get the size or the SKU we want. Let's see how it works. We go back to a data. First, I select the range. I use the shortcut key starting from here because it has many empty rows above here. If I hit Ctrl A, by default it will select the table by itself. Because it's not blank and here it's not blank, it will just overflow. Without changing the raw data, I just select from the A4 in the sample here. I hit Ctrl Shift down arrow key to highlight the entire column until it has to hit the last one, and I hit the Ctrl Shift, hold the Ctrl Shift and right arrow key. It will highlight the entire table for me, which is good enough for our station. Then I go to Insert Ribbon, go to the Pivot Table, the leftmost button. I click Pivot Table. It will highlight, okay, this is the range I want. I want to place it to a new worksheet. I hit OK. Now I'm in the new worksheet. At first, I want to have the generic. Let's compare the result we want. I want to have a generic and the fit code as well as the size. I get the generic, scroll, drag it down to the row. Alternatively, you can just check it, generic fit code. If the data type is a text, it will automatically go to row. Okay, fit code is here. Yeah, and I want to have the check because the data structured in such a way, only those check with 1 will be displayed. It's considered valid, and therefore I filter the value by 1. And you notice this one is not sorted in a way we want to have it side by side. Let's handle it afterward. Let me get some of the sample size here. I just want to get 2 of them here. Let's see, I add 1 more. Let me scroll down. Okay, and I get another size. I just can drag and drop. Yeah, I do not want count, I want to be sum. Therefore, I click Value Field Settings. Value Field Settings. I change from count to sum. I leave the name as default. That's a reason to use a default name here. And I change the second one as well. Use the sum. Now I'm almost done. However, it still appears in a different way. I just want to have a side by side. We call it tabular form. To change that, whenever my highlight or the cursor is inside the pivot table, on the ribbon you can see pivot table tools. Pivot table tools. You go to design, change the report layout to tabular forms, the third option. Now it has tabular form and it has all the subtotal. I do not want the subtotal, therefore I go to the subtotal. Do not show subtotals. So everything looks fine. Let me scroll down towards the end, see anything. And it has grand total. And in our context, grand total is not relevant because these are the SKU number we are focused in. I go back to a pivot table tools, design, I go to grand totals, off, I turn it off for all. Let me scroll up to the pivot table, and it doesn't have the size appear on the column. I want to have it here, side by side. Example 03, 02, 03, 0, and so on. To make this thing happen, I just change the column, the value, drag it to the row. The purpose of doing this is to show it at the side-by-side level. So in this format, instead of having the row intersect with the column, now we want to have everything in the row. And we notice there are blanks here. There are blanks here. We want to have all the value filled down. The easiest way to achieve this is go back to the pivot table tools, design, report layout. You click, you see there's two more selection for you. After that, there's a small fine line in between them. This is repeat all item labels. By default, it doesn't repeat. Now, in our context, we want to repeat so that we can use our formula to get the SKU number correctly. I repeat all items. Now you can see everything is here. Subsequently, I have all the values. I want to join them together. First, I go to the next cell, column E equal this value, the generic, ampersand, the fit code, and ampersand, the last 3 digits of here. There are a couple of ways of doing things. For our context, for the illustration, I just have these two, and I want to do the illustration how to get the last 3 digits from here. I hit enter. So okay, first half is done. I want to get the last 3 digits. Equal, there are a couple of ways. I'm using, because everything is fixed. Alternatively, I can use the code is called, the function is called write. Last 3 digits, right, of this one, comma, I just want to get the last 3 characters. Enter. Here I am. However, not necessarily it will work, because some may have 2 digits. So this may break the whole idea of having the last 3 digits here. Therefore, I just want to make sure it always have a leading 0. That means, for instance, if the value here is 1, I want to show it as 001. When in the normal Excel, it will remove the leading 0. I want to make it as a fixed 0. Therefore, I use the formula or function is equal to text tab. I have to get this value, comma, open double quote, 000, because I want to have a 3 digits with leading 0. So close bracket, enter. Here I am. If let's say I change this 1 to 5, it will become 005. If let's say I change it to 99, it will be 099. However, if I change it to 123, it will become 123. So this works here. I use a similar thing back here in the column F. I press F2 to change the formula. In front of the right, I put text, TX, tab. Then I go towards the end, comma, open double quote, 000, close double quote, and close bracket. I hit enter. Here I am. Since this formula is working, I just can copy this formula, join it with the previous formula by selecting the entire cell, entire value here, the formula. Copy without the equal sign. I press escape because I don't want to change anything here. I go back to the column E, which is the cell E4. I just double click, ampersand with the new value here. Once I'm done, I get the value I want. And I do a little bit housekeeping to remove the testing formulas here. Now I have everything here. Let me try to copy the formula downwards. Yes, it works. Yes, perfectly. Now you can have this formula working as per this one. You have the SKU and you have the quantity here. Hope this helps. Have a nice day.